Hello and good morning. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today. Running a quick test this morning, see how things run. Trying things out on my laptop. Good morning, Carl. If you give me a minute, I will post the link in chat. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome, my good sir. Running a test from my laptop this morning, seeing how things are working. Bit of a quiet morning from the shop. Nice, nice. Well, happy to have you come up. Good morning, OG Rocker. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Nice sunny day here in southern Ontario. Just a little bit of hangout in the Amethyst shop. Yeah, it was gloomy all night last night. It rained up until about 7 o'clock this morning. And the sun come out and figured, oh, why the hell not? Get out here, put up the shop, and try to make some money today. Gonna share this link out to the group chat here. Oop, I froze. Sorry about that. I froze for a minute. I'm just going to share out the group link or the StreamYard link here to the group chat. Apparently, my phone does not like when I pull StreamYard down. I'm doing pretty good here. I wish I could go out and get some shiny. Nothing around here to go get. Minimum 18-hour drive up north, anywhere gold bearing around here. Yeah, yesterday was not too bad. I set up shop here and did my Dan Herd stuff. Kept me busy, you know. One of them days. I look forward to seeing more of your ring work there, Carl. You guys give me a sec. I am just going to try to post that link again to the group chat. Hopefully it doesn't time me out. I will be right back. There we go. Now it's posted to the group chat. All right, sounds good, Carl. Good morning to the 4 awesome people hanging out in chat this morning. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. If anybody wants to come up, the link should be pinned in chat. And if it isn't, let me know. I'll post her up again. Oh, good morning, Prairie. Yes, it did work. It's up and running. No video played. Got everything all set up nice. I posted the link to the group chat there. If you want to jump up and join me this morning, you're more than welcome. Sorry if I keep looking off to the side. I'm looking down at the laptop in the chat. uh, you got Carl coming up. Let's add him to the stage. Good morning, Carl.
Morning. Let me turn some stuff down here to the feedback.
Good morning.
I got kind of a mess, but you'll have that. What do you think here?
Getting just a little bit audio feedback from you there, Carl.
Yeah, I got one more volume. I got her.
All
I got my famous finger in the camera already. My live yesterday, I didn't realize my glove was sticking out, and so there was like 3 minutes of the video where it just kind of eclipsed across the screen.
Gotta love how that happens, eh?
Yeah. We had a good walk though. It was all right.
I had a bit of a rough weekend myself. On Saturday, I'm pretty sure I had a petit mal seizure because I was just feeling right off on Saturday. My goddaughter said I was shaking and pale and just, yeah.
Not good.
It happens. I suffer from grand mal seizures.
Yeah,
They're
you
not
talked a little bit about that. The last live you mentioned that a little bit. Oh boy, do I got just a freaking mess here.
Yeah, I know how you feel. My workshop downstairs here is a bit of a mess. I need to do a dump run. I've got a shitload of stuff here that needs to go.
I
Truck though.
tried so hard to keep this organized, but I just keep getting more stuff to try to add to the limited space. And at some point, I'll probably put all this upstairs.
When in doubt, build the shelf.
Yeah, there is actually a shelf above all this, but it's got decorative stuff that doesn't look like it's been dusted in 3 years. So I have right here, see where we're at here. All right, I can see what we're doing. This is the ring that I donated for Mary's benefit.
Yeah.
And Culver, when he bought this, immediately ordered one in his size.
Nice.
So I didn't have that size blank, so I had to get one in.
Yeah,
And
I remember
it
you
showed up
mentioning
Friday. But this is the Mary benefit ring, and this is what I'm attempting to duplicate. Boy,
that.
there
That
is.
makes hold
You made you big.
on. Yep. Hold on. Still trying to figure out the settings here.
Well, I like how none of the buttons are marked. They just show pictures of what it might do. But there we go. So this is under the UV, and this is Uperlite and fluorite. So that's the purple and the orange. Is the purple's the fluorite, and when you take it away, it looks just kind of like a gray rock.
Nice, nice.
So I
I'm
have
getting
to
a phone call.
duplicate that. I don't feel the blank. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Woo! Had a mini heart attack there.
Grandma's coming. Sorry about that. I had a quick phone call.
So one thing I didn't realize when I ordered this, I ordered 8 millimeters, same, but this has narrower bands on the side. So you're gonna, and I really like it. I didn't even know this was an option. Um, so I'm gonna end up with a much wider inlay when I'm all said and done, which is kind of neat because we're going for the his and hers look. So
Yeah.
his is gonna be cooler than hers, but like I said, I didn't know, and I'm not gonna reorder. I'm just gonna make them like this.
Yeah.
So
Give me a sec there, Carl. I've got somebody in the shop here. I'll be right back.
no problem. Do your business. And if you guys in chat, I just gotta grab my phone quick here, and I'll talk to y'all. Empty Pan, good morning. Prairie, I see you in there. Good morning. Swap them. Yep, we got past that. OG Rocker Jekyll. Okay. See, I don't need this in my way. I got a shipping confirmation Friday or Saturday. The ring that I ordered for a practice and a sample for Travis is supposedly en route. Um, and it was one I sent him as a sample, a picture, and he liked it. And I said I'm going to order one of those and make it. And it's got gold leaf and blue lapis. And Reg is sending me some blue lapis from his shop, and I've got real gold. So we're when Travis says he approves of the whatever I create when the stuff gets here, then we're gonna order I believe a Damascus ring blank for him, which is a really high quality ring blank. And then we're gonna make it with real gold and Reg's blue lapis. So that'd be kind of cool. Unless one of you guys is sending me some 40 or Red Dirt Nation um gold, it'll have a little bit of, I don't even know. My gold's kind of from all over. Some from Wisconsin, some from Far Gold Wizard, wherever he got it from, some from Indiana. But that's what I have so far. I don't know if it's going to even show through that container. Definitely see the difference in some of it's redder, some of it's yellower. So, but and I got this half-gram nugget from Benzo. That's cool too. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Thought about trying to melt it down and making like a little coin. Um, First things first, I need to get bigger mandrel. These mandrels have a little Allen set screw and they're stepped. And I could have probably, no, I couldn't have. You'd want to stay away from the end anyway. The closer to the tip you are, the further away from the spinny rip your hand off stuff it ends up. So I always try to use the biggest mandrel I have. And then, yeah, this one's going to grab way out at the end. So that's awesome. Looks like it's a little crooked. Ooh, that was too much. Seems true. That'll be good enough for me. So I do have some material ready left over from Mary's, but I'm gonna have to crush up some more. And there is a tip in there I don't want. And there is a dog hair in there I don't want. Hopefully I have kept it clean from everything else. Oh yeah, that looks real good. So I am gonna, I'll wait for Reg to get back. I'm gonna mute and I will smash up a little more because I would rather have extra than have to stop halfway through. But you can see there is the purples and the oranges. So I do have, find it here. This guy. Okay. Couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, but I found one of them. This is cool too. I got this from the gem bag that I bought on Mary's auction. And this is, I thought was just a cool egg-shaped polished rock. And then I found out that this is actually an egg-shaped polished Uperlite. Look at that. Off, on, off, on. That is just so cool. When I hit that with a light and it lit up, I was so happy. You could hear my excitement on the live. But this thing's neat. I might have a friend of mine do a wrap with this and make it into a pendant. Or I thought about like a monkey's fist knot and putting it on a keychain or something, but I really dig that. But then also, I found this rock, which if you look, it's got the blues in it and grays. It looks a lot like a Uperlite, but this one turns gold. When you hit that, that
Sorry
lights
about
up
that.
gold. Hey, Reg. So, as cool as
My
this
phone's
rock is,
acting.
and the fact that it's polished, I'm gonna smash this and make a ring with it. Have you seen these before, Reg? Do you know what it even is? So
Um,
it's got some purple. It's predominantly gray with the purple and blue. But then when you hit it with UV, it's gold.
oh my, that is
Yeah, like
interesting.
I it's not a Uperlite, but
Yeah,
it's got to have some of that soda light in it. And then I was showing this while you were gone. These are from Careless in that gem bag I won on Mary's auction with that pendant. But
nice.
yeah, I thought this was just a cool egg-shaped polished rock. And then when it lit up, it was so cool. But
Yeah, I'm not sure what
anyhow,
that
yeah,
other
I
one
was
is.
just showing cool rocks while you were doing your thing. This is the leftovers from Mary's ring that I'm going to be using for the other ring that Cover bought today.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm afraid it's not quite enough, so I'm going to mute myself in a second here and smash up some more rocks
All right,
just to I'd rather have too much. So
fair enough. Good morning,
yeah.
Marcy.
Thank you, Marcy. They are pretty sweet, aren't they? Um, did you make a sale, Reg?
I did.
Awesome. I sold some stuff this morning too. It was a good way to start the day.
Yeah. He bought a $20 crystal and got three of the smaller for 5. Not bad. $25 sale.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And he
I
said he's going to
sold
be bringing his partner next time he shows up. Apparently, she loves spending money on crystals.
that's awesome. Yeah, I wish we had more rock shops around here. I suppose the fact that we don't really have a lot of gems in Wisconsin keeps that. And when you do find the rock shops, they're usually real bougie and way more high end than I want to deal with.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna take a chunk from that, and somewhere in this mess, I have a baggie full of Uperlites. I hope. somewhere in this mess. Oh, you know what? They're not in the baggie anymore. They're all right here.
Oh, even better. If anybody is interested in popping up, the link should be pinned in chat. And if it's not there, let me know. I'll post it again.
I actually have a nice chunk of fluorite there. I won't even need to break off from that. So that one's pretty cool. Just maybe if
awesome.
you can see it's a nice white rock.
Yeah.
But then boom.
Nice.
If that's gonna show on the camera. I'm waiting for the delay. Oh no. Let me move up here. So real white until you hit it.
Ooh.
And then that one really has a lot of sodalite in it.
That's a lot of fire in that piece.
There was. I'm gonna save that one because those little crumbs there have quite a bit. I think that'll be good enough. Yeah. I think that'll be just the right amount. I hope anyway. So
now, have you thought about mixing some of the Euchre lights with some black sand?
I actually did on Zach's ring. There's black sand, garnets, gold, and euperlites. And they're basically all from Zach and I worked together on some of that stuff, but he got the euperlites. So basically, he mined everything in his ring.
Nice.
And then him and Rachel find the euperlites together, and then I added the fluorite to Rachel's ring. And that was when I found out the difference between using the dust and actually setting the stones. When you set the stones, man, it really pops compared to just using dust like these are going to be.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then when I do my ring, I want garnet. Oh yeah, Zach's ring has quartz in it as well.
Nice.
I want garnet, quartz, black sand, and gold, and it's all going to be stuff that was sourced at the Nugget Lake. That's that place where the meteor hit, where I go.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I would like to do is if I could get an actual piece of the meteorite, which Charlie from AU Guys says he has found some. I wouldn't even know what it looks like when I find it. He kind of gave me a description. But
The easiest way to find old meteorites is look for what looks like rusty iron.
yeah, that's what he said. They're kind of red with a bunch of bumps on them.
Yeah.
But that
it almost
whole
looks like slag, kind of, from steel production.
That whole rock elm disturbance, they call it, or the Nugget Lake area where we are finding the gold, is because a monster meteor hit 500,000 years ago, or 500 million years ago, however long ago it was, and it knocked a chunk of bedrock. I don't know the size of it, it's huge, but like our bedrock here, we don't have any volcanic or seismic activity, so our bedrock is all perfectly horizontal. And that piece that's up and moved, they figure it was like from a 3,000-foot deep hole the meteor made, and then this piece of bedrock sits at a 45-degree angle, like you would see out west where there's tectonic and seismic and volcanic activity.
Yeah.
So
Good
but
news.
I don't know what the actual, if you are finding fragments from the meteor, I might have already touched one and I just didn't know. So
Well, one way to find them, bring a magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. If you're going out meteor hunting, always make sure you have a good magnet.
When we went bottle digging the other day, my wife said, "Let's bring the metal detector." I was like, "We are digging through a garbage heap on the side of a hill. It's metal everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I never thought of that."
Well,
But
you can set your discrimination on it to tune
uh,
some of that out, right?
some of it you could, but my metal detector is an old piece of crap that I got from my now dead neighbor's estate sale, and
Fair enough.
it just doesn't like it has a hard time finding my wedding ring on my bed.
Ouch.
Um, and like
Maybe you're
we
cold.
tried to use it here. I need something that'll discriminate aluminum away from gold. Um, there's
Yeah.
on the other side of my property, there's an old quarter mile paved oval racetrack,
Oh,
and
nice.
I own the bleachers. So you figure for 10 or 15 or 20 years, whatever the racetrack was open, people were sitting drinking beer with stuff falling out of their pockets. Um, but you, in a
Definitely.
12 square inch spot, if you dig down 6 inches, you'll probably find 10 to 30 pull tabs.
Oh, shit.
So it's the detector just beep 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 beep. You
Yeah.
you can't get it to stop hitting on aluminum. But
That would be a problem.
okay, I'm gonna mute for a minute and get my smashing hammer out. The sooner I do that, the sooner I can glue this up. Be right back.
Sounds good. We got 11 awesome people hanging out this morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Just a little hangout from the Amethyst shop this morning. If anybody else wants to jump up, the link should be posted in chat. You're more than welcome to jump up and join us this morning. So how you doing there, Scrapyard? Hopefully things are good with you. Ooh, 92 yesterday? Not bad. Days here in Ontario, it was like 2 degrees. Felt like -1. Spent half the day shivering yesterday. And yet today it's like 14 degrees here. Almost warm enough for me to put shorts on. If you guys keep seeing me look down, it's because I'm looking down at the laptop. That's how I'm keeping track of chat today. Save me from having to type it all out on my phone. Oh, sure, it's on live. Hey, at least I'm still wearing some form of pants. Oh, we got Captain Chaos. Just waiting for him to load up his camera. If you can hear me, Captain Chaos, you got to load up your mic and camera there so I can add you.
Well, that's my leftover pile from Mary's there. It looks like a little more euperlite than fluorite, and this one looks like a little more fluorite than euperlite. So I think it'll mix together close enough. I just don't want one ring to look that much different than the other. I didn't expect to be making a second one, but I want to at least have them similar. But I'll probably have enough for another ring in this pile.
This hat, I got it from Gold is Where You Find It. It was one of the supporter giveaways that I had won from him.
What's that? Oh, that's going to make a nice ring.
Blended up nice.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Oop, dump it out, trying to show the camera. All right. This ring will go a lot quicker than the last one because powder is way easier than setting stones.
Yeah.
Way easier to grind down. I'm glad it's not gold. Jeez, I'm all over with it.
Something happened with Mary. She went to go rent an apartment from somebody and fell victim to a scam. And they took her for a large amount of money. And Red Dirt Nation hosted an auction, and we raised a fair amount of money to replace what was lost for Mary. In fact, I'd say we did really well with the auction and raised more than enough for her.
Way better than I originally thought. It was amazing, guys. It was kind of in poor taste, but I joked. I said, I'm going to try and get scammed next week.
Right? If only.
All I know is that this gold community on YouTube and, well, mostly YouTube, a little Facebook, you guys have been an amazing group to be a part of. Feels good to do good.
Yeah, this community is 24 karat, in my opinion. Good morning, PA. Oh,
PA, how's it going, buddy? All right, I gotta wash a spoon.
If anybody else would like to jump up and on panel this morning, I have posted the link in chat. You're more than welcome.
Oh, I pounded the rivet down on these scissors the other day to tighten them up. They cut so much better today.
That's amazing how a little tweak like that'll make such a big difference, eh?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm cutting sandpaper with them, so some people say that sharpens them. I just don't see how. It's hard on them.
It depends on the grit of the sandpaper and the type of sandpaper. If you're using silicon carbide sandpaper, that stuff will sharpen your blades.
Um, I don't know what this is. This was some 100 grit round circles we found um at that
What color
clearance
is
store. But the other stuff I use is Norton, and I think some of it's silica. I don't know. Could be garnet.
what color is it?
I have reds. The Norton stuff is all kinds of colors now, gray and blue. Um,
The
let's see.
reds are generally garnet.
This is 320 and it's white and red. This is 100 and it's all red. The and I guess these are 3M now.
Hmm.
I hate to pay the money for 3M versus Norton, but when we were buying hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of sanding stuff at the body shop, the Norton was half as much, but it took twice as many sheets to sand the same area.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're paying the same either way. This is made in Ontario, Canada,
Oh, nice.
or London, Ontario. Yeah, it's London, Ontario.
That's a
Their
couple
main
hours
office
drive.
is in St. What's that?
I said that's a couple hours drive for me.
Oh, their main office is in Minneapolis, 3M, Minnesota Mining and Machine.
Yeah. Good morning, Kelly Crawford. And chaos, that's okay. Technical difficulties happen.
That doesn't say if it's silica or not. So what I'm going to do to start here is I make a piece small enough to fit in this, and I try to just rough up the inside of the blank so the glue's got more surface area to grab, and it'll get
Absolutely.
if they have lubricants, it sands that off.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat it the last time. Don't need
Well,
the same
last
exact.
time was more because I pushed it. Just because you said you were ending the stream and I was jumping on it trying to sand. And I've done that one other time. Now this one's got fluoride in it, so I'll use my accelerator because the accelerator is the same color as the fluoride under UV, so it won't
Yeah.
screw up the ring. But I think that last one was Uperlite and copper. That really turned out nice. I don't know if I got it in the pile here. Took these all to a shop in town the other day and tried to sell. She sells some, but she's like, no, I buy everything online. And the ones she had were nice, but they weren't any nicer than mine. So
Hmm.
I was trying to hook up a wholesale customer right down the street, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it happens. And yeah,
But
Kelly Crawford is actually in London, Ontario.
oh, really, Kelly?
Yeah.
This is the one I made last time. We didn't really get to see it get done, but Uperlite and copper. And I'll get my. There you can see the Upers,
That
but then
turned out
without.
amazing.
And I would definitely like to do this with one of these wide blanks. I would like to have the copper the same size, but have it completely surrounded in Uperlite versus where this one here, it goes wall to wall.
Yeah.
So This ring's actually from a different supplier. Um, First thing I've ordered from them, and it came quick, and I like the quality, and I'm definitely going to be getting more. But let me sand this quick. I'll make some noise for a second here. Not much.
Can't even hear it.
Actually, do have for this row. Put a nice flat spot in my grinding stone. All right. That should be ready to rock now.
Well, Scrapyard, you won't have to deal with that anymore because my coffee cup is sadly empty.
All I hear is Reg drinking coffee. I already got a pot in me. Oh, that is not the light out. Oh yeah, that is the light I was looking for. I
Well,
found
I don't know
I
if
gotta
you
watch my
changed
scoops.
today.
Like this one here, that's got glow powder in it. And so if you start scooping Uper lights with that, then all of a sudden you got glow powder, whatever color was stuck to it. So I always make sure I start clean, which trust me, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we need a new tip.
In Scrapyard, if I drink another cup of coffee, I'm gonna have to close shop and go spend the next hour and a half on the toilet. I'm good with just the 2 cups that I've had. Good morning, David Carlisle. Welcome. We got 13 awesome people hanging out. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. If anybody else wants to jump up, I'm posting the link again in chat. You're more than welcome to come on up. Yeah, today you're not in a rush, Carl.
Nope, like I said, this one's gonna go so much quicker. I got a base layer, so I just keep layering glue and rocks, glue and rocks. As long as I remember to keep dumping my paper before I get the rocks stuck to the glue that drips to the paper, it won't take long at all. And like I said, I won't have to grind this one. I can get most of this with the 100 grit, just sanding it.
Nice. Scrapyard is asking, what's the cost on average for one of those rings?
So on one like the one I'm making right now, um so these are stainless steel blanks. So they're literally the cheapest blank you can get, and they're easy to work with, and they won't turn your finger green. Um, and then it really just depends on the inlay. Um, this, I mean, my cost on this blank was under $20 shipped to my door. Um, and the Uper lights, I mean, in all reality, I'm getting them for free. It's a buddy deal, but now when you start talking, like gems and opals, and if we're doing gold inserts and whatnot, then it would change. But
Nice.
if I had to make this ring again and sell it, it would be somewhere in the $80 to $100 range, like this. And then if you wanted it better, I would suggest like a tungsten ring blank, or like the Damascus. And even there, it's it's only raising the price of the ring blank. I think with tungsten, I'd be at like 120. or 100, 115. With the Damascus, I'd be up in the 120, 125. They're not that much worse. Now these stainless ones like this one here, I I buy them in bulk, and I don't think the blanks cost me $2.50 a piece. So, um,
That's
but
not
again,
bad.
that was also practice. So,
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Bees and Geezer. Welcome. Glad to have you here with us this morning. Yeah, the last ring I wore was my wedding ring, and I haven't had a ring on my finger in 10 years.
I um I haven't worn my wedding ring in a few years. I've almost degloved my finger several times. I don't wear any rings usually just because I don't know. I'm too stupid when I'm working on stuff in the shop and I smash my rings.
Yeah, you
I've
don't need a
uh,
crooked finger.
yeah, I've arced them in electrical boxes. High school class ring. The wrench touched the ring. The ring touched the fender of the car, and I was tightening down the solenoid on the battery. And when it arced, it kind of blew a chunk of my ring out, burnt a huge chunk of my finger. And then later on that day, it was feeling better, so I put my ring back on. And then my finger swelled up twice of its normal size. We almost had to cut the ring to get it off.
Damn.
So I've closed them in car doors and smashed the rings down on my fingers. So I just, if me and the wife are going out or something, or if it's a special occasion, we'll put our rings on. Otherwise, I don't know. We're too active in our normal lifestyles to be walking around with anything on. Plus, like her ring, between the ring and the diamonds, it's like 5 grand. And we had a scare with losing it once. Found it in the floor of the boat. Thought it went over the boat.
Good morning, DB. Welcome. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be losing a ring that pricey.
No, no. We started this whole ring journey because these are all the garnets that we've harvested. And we were trying to figure out what we were going to do with all these garnets. And then I saw an ad for these rings pop up, and watching them make them, I was like, well, we possess all of those abilities. And then I started looking at ring lathes. You can get a ring lathe for $500, $600, $700 brand new for a cheap one. And the only real difference between what I got going on in a ring lathe is you'll see those guys like for this step, they will turn it on super slow. So it's actually rotating while they're dabbing this in. No, and yes, I am the Carl that makes the classifiers. Yes. I make sluices too, but I just haven't made enough to start advertising them yet. Soon here, it's got to get a little warmer when I can go out at 5 in the morning when I'm the most creative and productive and not have a 20-degree garage. Then I'll start getting some production out of myself.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I now have a Uper Light glued piece of paper because I landed a bunch of powder right in a glue ball. But it actually took more than I thought to fill that all in. But I do believe I got it. I'm going to throw another coat of glue. Now, this glue that I'm using is the really runny stuff, so it seeps into everything.
Well, that's important. You definitely want to get it all the way throughout, right?
Yes, for sure. Um, and then, yeah, so like what I just did with the glue and what I'm doing now with with this. This is the accelerator spray. This will harden the glue faster. But this is where a ring lathe would be nice because it would spin it real slow for me. But I can do it by hand. Otherwise, when you're sanding and polishing, you want it spinning fast. And this drill press for sure spins it fast.
Yeah.
And this was a Christmas present from my mom probably 15 years ago. And I have one a little bit bigger than it in the shop, and this one almost never got used. So I made a bracket for it. I drilled some holes in it and turned it 90 degrees and mounted it to this desk. And here it is sitting in my kitchen. But it works great. Like I said, we use it quite a bit.
Sometimes,
And I don't know, maybe this summer I'll put it all out on the porch. Um, or I might at some point put this upstairs where my computer and stuff is at.
yeah.
So, but for now, I like it
Sometimes
right here.
those setups are the most efficient. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I call it ghetto engineering.
Yep. They say that necessity is the mother of all invention.
Yeah.
Well, that and being cheap. I mean, like I could go work for a week and buy everything that I want, or I can work for a week in the garage and build it, and it usually ends up just as nice.
Oh, exactly.
You know, that brake I made for myself is really crude, but I could bend quite a bit with it. It's 5 foot long, and I got a few pounds of welding rod and some scrap iron I had laying around into it. I do think I paid the guy $30 for the I-beam. And I had a whole different idea for the I-beam when I bought it. And
Yeah.
then when I decided I wanted a brake, I was like, yeah, that's going to be the heart of that. And it worked. We use it for a lot of other stuff too. It makes a nice anvil. Um, and I've got a big vise that at some point I might mount the vise right to that brake. But
I use my 4 pound sledgehammer as an anvil.
yeah,
That's how I do my pick and shovel pieces. I use my rock hammer and the sledgehammer and make myself a little anvil. And
I'm going to pop on mute for a minute here while this dries. I'll be right back.
alrighty. And speaking of glue, thankfully one of my pieces that I finished, it's all glued up. It's one of my micro mount specimens. Yeah, railroad tie works really well as an anvil. I thought about using an angle grinder and going to cut a piece off this old rail around here. But the rail companies around here have cameras along the tracks, so can't exactly sneak over there. Oh no, 3 random people walked up your driveway, DB. That's kind of creepy. Hopefully they're not there for nefarious purposes there, DB. Oh, nice prairie. You got to use what you got available, right? Got 11 awesome people still hanging out. Thank you, everybody. If anybody wants to jump up on panel, I have posted the link in chat. You're more than welcome to join us. That's good, DB. I'm glad they're leaving. And I just killed the first mosquito I've seen all year. Yeah, you don't need trouble, DB. Enough of that in the world today. Hey, Mark. How's it going? We got the asylum in the house. And scrapyard? No. No, we get enough mosquitoes here in Ontario. I just wasn't expecting to see one so soon. They usually don't come out until May. Been live now just over an hour. 13 awesome people hanging out. So, anybody up to anything fun today? And yeah, scrapyard. That's why I'd never be able to live down there. Too many bugs, too warm, too many crazy people. This one channel I follow on YouTube, he does this Florida Man Friday video every Friday, and geez, some of the things I see people get up to in Florida. Scrapyard, there is gold in Florida. You just got to go digging in the beaches for it. Good old metal detector. Or try to find a shipwreck. Sounds fun, Prairie. And I know how you feel, Scrapyard. I'm on disability myself. My job entails being a parent and selling amethyst. Yeah, I could see that being an issue. When you got to find the ones that aren't claimed. You know, Chaos, I would put up with that as long as I'm near somewhere there's gold. I would happily put up with animals, wildlife, all that trying to kill me. some of the stuff I see Voga's pulling out. Like, jeez. Oh, no worries, Carl. Gotta take care of the wife. And me, I have 3 animals, 2 kids and 1 cat. 9-year-old son, almost 10, royal pain in the backside. 16-year-old goddaughter, my little fur ball. Oh, nice. Oh, my. That's going to look fantastic when it's all nice and sanded and all done up. Absolutely, DB. That ring is going to be stunning. Heck, it already is. Yeah, those rings are just something else. Definitely something I could see myself getting into making eventually. Ten awesome people still hanging out. Euchre and fluorite. And yeah, scrapyard kids kind of still count as pets. Only when they're being naughty, though. So chaos, it's got to be what, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning for you? DV, unfortunately, no, not yet. I don't have enough inventory to warrant going to the farmer's market. It costs minimum $100 for table space, and you got to bring your own tables and everything like that. And the amount of product I have is just not worth going paying that and setting up. Once I get a little bit more established and get more product in, I am looking into doing the farmers markets. But right now, just running my shop in the front yard and posting to Facebook and buy and sell groups and stuff locally. Um, I think I have your number, Scrapyard. I can't remember if I do or not. If you want, send it over to my email. I will post my email in chat. Yeah, just send your number to my email there, and I will forward that on to Carl. Oh, there we go. Text message. Okay, I will get that forwarded to him. Won't be able to do it right away because I'm using my phone, but as soon as I end the live today, I will forward that over to Carl. I've got mail. I'll be right back. All right. Junk mail, federal election, junk mail. Nothing important. Yeah, that would be nifty there, DB. Kelly, he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he's getting big. He's getting tall. He's sprouting. He's going to be 10 in July. Big pain in the backside. But that's a kid for you. If they ain't keeping you on your toes, you ain't doing your job right. Yeah, he still loves his trains, but he's kind of deviated a bit away from the trains, and he's gotten into Pokemon and Minecraft and that type of stuff. But yeah, his room's still all decked out Thomas the Train. I don't think he'll ever get over that. Still looking into setting him up a train room, but can't do so here in this apartment. It's just too small. Yeah, he remembers that. He loves that. He loved having you guys stop in and getting the stuff from you guys. That was awesome. I'm actually surprised I don't see him across the street because I'm literally right across the street from his school. The kids are all out in the yard there playing. He's probably running after his little girlfriend. If anybody feels like jumping up on panel, you're more than welcome. Link is posted in chat. Wind is picking up. Captain Chaos is one of my fellow moderators from over on Dan Hurd's channel. Really good guy. All right, Scrappy. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. Love watching this process. Got 9 people still hanging out. For those just joining, Carl is working on another one of his rings. This one is Euperlite and Fluorite.
Unmute myself for a second here. So I'm just spinning this and going over with 100 grit, trying to shape it down. Try to take it right down level all the way across. I usually mute it for this just because of the noise of the motor running.
Understandable. Okay, DB, hopefully everything goes over smooth for you. Have yourself a good one. Thank you for stopping in.
Oh, that looks so sweet. Put a bit high right in here yet. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it looks really nice.
From this distance, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think one more piece of 100 grit. I'll have it shaped. There's definitely from here to here, it's got a lump in it. and then after that you just go all the way up through 100, 320, 600. Um, I think I have 1500. I might have an 800 in there, and then I go as far as 3000, and then I lay some polish on it, and it's good to go.
So that's
But
one thing I need to do is get the different grits. Because right now I'm just using what my diamond bits provide, right? And some
yeah,
silicon carbide. I think it's
and
600.
yeah, the sandpaper's not cheap.
No, no. Good morning,
I said,
Silver
luckily
Girl.
for this, we just buy whatever, and I cut it into these strips, which works out the best. But okay, I'm gonna mute again and get brutal with this for a second here.
If anybody else wants to jump up on panel, the link is in chat. Hopefully, everybody is having a great day today. Pardon me. Seeing you work on those rings.
I wish I could do lapidary work, but that stuff's really expensive tools.
Honestly, I picked up a Dremel from Goodwill. I paid $15 for it. And then
Yeah.
I went to Canadian Tire, which is a hardware store here, and I bought a
Oh.
diamond bit kit, which cost me $50. And that's what I do my lapidary work with.
Yeah,
Good
I
morning,
have
Bruce.
I have that much stuff, and I know after talking with you, well, and Donna did one the other day. She sat here with a Dremel polishing a rock. I don't know where it is. I think it's by her lamp over there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely can get some stuff done, but I want that cool grinder with the 6 wheels.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting a Cab King myself. Like, here's one of the ocean picture stone pieces that I've been working on. I squared that one up yesterday.
Nice.
It's got a
I was
bit of a rounded profile to it.
I was gonna order some from Dan. He's got like the little cheaper pieces and chunks because
Yeah.
I'd like to smash one up and make an inlay with it just to mix them three, the white, the blue, and the brown together. I think it'd look really neat.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
How hard is it to
Dan,
work that stuff? Is it fairly hard or
it's actually fairly easy.
softer?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Nice.
a chalcedony.
It's like
So
like
it's
this here. This is pretty soft. Um, the turquoise ring I made the other day. Some of the turquoise was easy, and some of the
yeah.
turquoise you would have thought you were sanding on a I don't even know. it was amazing how hard some of them were, but it turned out neat. They look like little clouds in there. And then this is another one.
Dan had sent me this chunk of ocean picture stone. It was bigger at
That's
one
so,
point. I cut a few slabs from it,
yeah,
and I've made two pendants out of it so far. And I still have enough here to do another 5 or 6.
nice. This would stay focused. Come on. Trying to force that camera to focus. It won't do it again. There we go.
You know what might
What?
work easier? Put a piece of paper behind it when you do that,
I probably can.
because what you're going to do is you're going to blur out the background a little bit, right? Because what your
Yeah.
camera's trying to do is focus on the background and the
My,
foreground.
my trusty stocking cap. See if that helps.
There you go.
But the cool thing about this, where is my light? There it is. So it's got glow powder in it, right? So this will actually glow in the dark, and you get an idea of the glow. There, it's glowing. That's not under the light. That's just being charged.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, the black light really charges it. But
Yeah.
again, that was just screwing around the other day playing. Um, this one's gonna be similar to the one I'm doing for Travis. Um, I am gonna ask him if he wants it to glow or not, because I can do the
Yeah.
blue powder without glow. I think. Yeah, I've got blue powder that doesn't glow, and I got blue powder that does glow. So
Nice.
I don't think a wedding ring should glow, but maybe he wants it to glow.
It's all on personal preference, right?
Yep, yep.
Have a great night there, Captain Chaos.
All right, I'm gonna get loud one more time here. Just a little bit more rough shaping, and it's almost there.
Yeah. Bruce is saying he can get some nice Thunder Bay fluorite that would do that nicely for you as well. And Dan, he was saying that on average those rings are about 80. Depending on the base material. Those are stainless steel blanks that he's working. Uh, he's got access to other stuff as well, like tungsten. And yeah, price is all based on the material, minerals. And yeah, Bruce, he does some amazing work. He donated a ring for Autism Mary's benefit that we hosted with Red Dirt Nation, and it's just phenomenal. I agree. It was very generous of a donation. We've been going live now for an hour and a half. We've got 10 awesome people still hanging out. Thank you, everybody.
Well, I think the shaping is done. Time to start polishing. Oh, I turn my volume back down. I turn the volume up so I can hear you when I'm polishing, but then it gives me feedback.
Ah,
Like I said, I just step it out from here. 180, 320, 600, 800, I think.
nice.
Yeah. 6, 8, 15, then 3,000. 3,000 grit is like sanding with a dollar bill. And then I polish it.
Yeah.
But, oh, you know what, though? I forgot a step. I need to look for holes.
Ah, yeah, definitely want to make sure you get all that filled in. And
Oh,
speaking of
like there's a
open,
hole.
this little guy I've been working on, unfortunately, because of the light, you can't really see the opalescent in it, but it's got hints of reds, blues, greens, yellows.
Is that opal?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a piece that I thought was nothing but potch. So I was just grinding it down to just see the material, right? See how it works on my equipment. And as I was cutting it down and grinding it down, I started seeing some flash come out of it.
Nice. Okay, I have to find something. So it does have some small holes, nothing that I think I need to fill with dust, but I will fill them with that fine glue, and then I can polish that back. So
I don't know if I can get it to show on
get it good and
camera.
dry.
No, it's not showing that fire.
That is pretty sweet.
Oh well. It looks a lot better in person.
I got a real tiny opal. I'd say it probably weighs like half a gram from Careless from that gem bag. Um,
Yeah.
Again, I thought I was just bidding on that cabbed pendant. I had no idea all the other stuff came with it. But at that point in the auction, I was trying to buy anything because I wanted to, well, I wanted something. But a lot of that stuff, them charity auctions, people are bidding with their hearts, not, and some of that stuff went really well.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm actually surprised the pendant that I donated didn't go. It's got a nice big piece of lapis in it. Ooh, that's okay though. I'll post it here for sale in my shop.
I said it worked out good for me because I donated a ring and then I got the sale of this ring out of it.
Yeah.
And so I won't say I'm still practicing, but I'm still learning on every one of these.
Well, as with any craft, yeah, everything is a
Yeah,
learning opportunity. Even if you're, top dog in the market, you're still gonna learn. You're still gonna try new things. You know what I mean?
absolutely. A peek of what it looks like, I guess. Oh, it's fire. Of course, you're gonna have to carry a black light around with you everywhere you go with this thing. I don't know if that's showing up right now, but take my word for it, it's really cool.
So when you go on Amazon, or tell them to go on Amazon for the little miniature black lights that you can get.
Yep. Yeah, you just squeeze it and the LED bulb lights up.
Yep. Just big enough to put on the key ring, right?
Yep. All right. I'm hoping 180 takes that back down. But if not, I'll go to 100.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the sound of the motor. It's not overwhelming.
Nikki.
If anybody wants to jump in on Ken, the link is in the chat.
Nice thing about this paper is when all the white's gone, it's done. I mean, it's still kind of sanding, but not a 180 anymore.
Yeah. I'm not going to ban you, Bruce.
Boy, I definitely liking that. Somewhere I have a magnifying glass. I should see if I could find it. Beats going over the whole thing with a pick.
Yeah.
Got the microscope, that's upstairs.
I generally keep a jeweler's loupe handy just in case.
Got my mom's magnifying glass. You old timers will dig this one. Still has the light in it. A couple of C batteries go in there.
Nice.
I think last time yeah, it doesn't help me none for this though. Maybe if the light worked, it would be better. I see every hole when I get to the final stages of polishing. But if I could see them now, I don't have to start all over every time.
Right, right. No, Bruce,
All
I
right.
have not been to that limestone quarry.
We're going to call it
Not
good
yet.
and run with it. If I have to fix it later, I will. Is that too loud when I'm sanding, or should I mute? Or
Oh, you're good. You're good.
all right.
That's what I was saying the last time you were doing your sanding there. At least it's not coming through on my speaker. Got 10 awesome people still hanging out. We're an hour and 41 minutes into the live today. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And Bruce, I did get your message. I will check it out after the stream.
Yeah. The job I went and did Saturday, I was there for 2 minutes, reached in my tool bag, and my PVC pipe cutter had opened up. When I reached in, I touched the blade and I cut that fingertip right there. And of course, that's what I'm pushing on the sandpaper with. It feels great.
If it's any consolation, Carl, I was having a smoke yesterday morning and the thing stuck to my lip. I went to go pull my hand away and the heater got caught between my fingers. So I
Oh,
burnt the side of my finger.
not
Huge
good.
ass blister.
The when I was making that turquoise ring, when I was
Yeah.
polishing, my my rag or sock or whatever I was polishing with, I hooked the teeth of the chuck over here and
Oh.
it slapped that thing around about 150,000 times, and this tray of water was all over the wall, it was all over me. Well, I still see it's on the shelf up here, but that's the first time that's happened where I've had something wrap up.
Hopefully it's the last. Them instances can be rather dangerous.
Yeah, when I first put this in the kitchen, I went on YouTube and I downloaded, or not downloaded, but I made my grandson watch some lathe safety videos and the accident videos that you would have to watch if you went, for like on the job training at a plant. Because
Right,
he's
right.
7, he understands it, but he'll be in high school before he sees any of those videos. And then right away he's like, "Well, why are you touching it? The video said you're never supposed to touch it." And I was like, "Well, you're not wrong, but I'm touching it the way you can touch it, and that's why I showed you the video so you don't touch it because you don't know the difference. And I don't want you getting wrapped around this."
I had to do something similar with my son and my scroll saw.
Yeah,
I turned my kitchen table and part of my dining room into a workshop. So I've got my scroll saw, drill press, and all that set up in there. And I made
and I
sure to go
say,
through each tool and give them safety protocols and.
yeah, the bandsaw, the number one most dangerous tool is a bandsaw, a vertical bandsaw.
Yeah,
It's where everybody cuts their thumbs off. Thumbs aren't like finger. You only start with 2 of them.
exactly.
Man, I am really liking this. It's got a little bit of the orange in it from the fluorite,
Yeah.
um, but lots of grays and whites and blacks. Um, but yeah, I like the wide band too versus this. It's great because it's a great his and hers,
Yeah.
but
Well, generally, women's rings are thinner, and men's rings are more bulky, anyways, right?
and yeah, and then so I can get these rings from 4 to 6 to 8 millimeter. These are 8s, but they're all that thicker on the outside. So I think this is 8.4 and this is an 8.6. So the channel is 4 millimeter and this channel is 6. And
Yeah.
I honestly didn't realize that when I ordered it. Um, and it's a neat mistake to have happen because I like it better. But I'm definitely going to be looking into getting more of the 8.6s than the 8.4s in the future. Because if you're making inlays, they should be wide, right?
Right.
I think like the 4 millimeter rings have a 2 millimeter, It might even be a 1 millimeter channel. And then they make some with like 2 and 3 channels, and some of them where the channels kind of do this in the ring.
Yeah.
Which for dust, those would be great. When you're trying to set stones, it's I like this wide channel. Like I said, that copper ring to set that piece of copper, or like when I do the gold, to have that where it can be in the center and have the whatever else all around it versus
Right.
butting up to it like that copper one. But no, I don't see any flaws. I'm gonna hit this with one more 320 and take it the rest of the way and polish it.
Nice.
Ooh, getting hot.
If anybody else feels like joining us, the link is posted in chat. More than welcome to join us. We got 8 people still hanging out.
Okay. Let's see what I have next. I guess I have 600, 1,500, and 3,000. That's a used. So, oops. 600 is pretty blue.
Starting to get a little chilly. I think I'm gonna put on a sweater. Jeez, been streaming almost 2 hours now.
And this is some
Hot dog.
1,500.
If anybody in chat isn't subscribed to him yet, head on over to Carl's channel. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment.
Do you post these lives to your feed then, Reg?
I do.
Cool. I'll direct Culver to watch this so he can see his ring being made.
Awesome. I'm actually surprised he's not in chat this morning.
This had some 1500 on the backside, so I might as well use it.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna check it over before I use the 3000. If I see anything I don't like, if I have to fix it, I'd rather not burn up a 3000.
Fair enough.
Boy, I don't see anything I don't like though. It's just got a nice shine all the way across. I try to watch like, yeah, you can kind of see the line of light going across. So I
Yeah,
just watch that one spot where it goes by and it lets me see down into the rock, see
perfect.
if there's any holes or that sheen will disappear on the rock if there's a hole there.
Yeah.
No, I think that's going to be just great. Yep. Okay, one more run.
Sweet. I look forward to seeing the final finished product.
Yeah, when I get this done, I'll put a smaller mandrel in and I'll put them both side by side and light them up. Get my black backdrop underneath of them.
Yeah.
The 3 quick steps of polishing, but and this is basically the same way a body shop would wet sand and buff your car, except they spin the sandpaper, not your car.
Right. That'd be a little awkward.
Be a lot of stuff spinning.
Yeah.
And my wife is a certified auto body and paint technician,
Nice.
and she actually helped me get a job at the body shop. Um, After she started working, she switched body shop when we first met, and then I was just kind of the shop bitch for the first year, figuring everything out. And then the owner was always busy, so I started answering phones and got fairly
Yeah.
decent people skills and computer skills, and started teaching me the ropes, showing me how to write estimates. And next thing you know, I'm the manager of the biggest body shop in our town. And
Can't go
that
wrong
went
with
on for
that.
a few years till she got pregnant, and she just didn't want to work around all them chemicals with a baby inside of her. And I was
Understandable.
selling on eBay then. I was making way more money every week on eBay than I was from the body shop. And so, yeah, we both pretty well quit our jobs at the same time when she got pregnant. Been
Fair
some
enough.
form of self-employed ever since then. That and bartending, and then well, she got hired by the post office, and that's our main source of income right now when I'm not working on houses.
Yeah.
All right. I would love to have more stuff I can do in the shop where I can sell stuff, but It'll get there.
Well, exactly. One step at a time, right?
Yep.
It's the way I'm doing it
Um,
with my shop here, right?
we just got to work with what we've got sometime.
Yeah.
Um, I've had my mini excavator for almost a year now, and I did a few paid jobs with it last fall, but I plan on pushing that some more this year because
Nice.
that's easy money. I'm just sitting in a machine then, unless I'm on a job where I have to get out and shovel. But I'm back. I had to go raid my sock drawer. I think this is my last pair of nasty socks that I can donate to this. The socks
Excellent.
make the best buffing rags.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed sock material works great for buffing my pieces. So does that blue shop cloth.
I actually have a bunch of microfiber. I buy. I mean, I have one right here. I buy these. Walmart sells these on a roll now. It's like $15 for a roll. It looks like a roll of paper towels, and they tear off at 12-inch by whatever. And
That sounds like this heck here.
but the roll that I had that was in the shop, we put in our camping stuff to go to North Carolina, and I haven't
Yeah.
gone. I put all that stuff back in the shed, and I haven't gone to get it back out yet. And the last two times I went to Walmart, I've gotten halfway out of the parking lot and went, dang, I forgot to get a roll of towels. But I'm
I
either
keep
gonna
saying
have
the
to go
same
get
thing
my
every
roll
time
back
I
out of
go
the
to
shed or
Canadian
buy a
Tire.
roll.
Yeah. Congrats, Dan B. 7 weeks of no SIGs is an awesome feat.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. So then this is a three-step polish. This is a rough. And this is basically just like any other wax or rubbing compound that you would use for your car.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson about letting that thing get slapped all over the place. I'll get it right out of here. The first time I do this, I like to do just like this and apply it and then let it haze up like you would with wax on a car. Gives you something to buff back and it lets it fill in all the little nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just go for it. Put it on, wax off like Mr. Miyagi.
Yep.
Chilling and grilling with Dan B. How you doing, buddy? 7 weeks. Great job.
Yeah, it's quite the feat. I wish I could quit smoking cigs, but with the stress that I'm under, quitting cigarettes is not in the cards right now.
I've got to be somewhere around 10 years without cigarettes. I'm real close to a year with no weed and no alcohol.
Nice.
And I've been buying some cigars lately and having a cigar every couple of days. I smoked half a cigar this morning even, but I'm already not liking that. I can feel it in my throat. I don't like it hurting.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't see
Just
me quitting weed anytime soon. I don't feel like going back on anti-seizure pills.
yep.
The one pill they had me on, it was just destroying my liver.
Yeah, I didn't really have any objections or problems with smoking the weed. Um, but my wife's drinking was getting a little out of hand, and she was justifying her drinking because I still smoked. So I quit just to get her to quit drinking, and then she actually about a month after all that quit drinking. And our relationship is the best it's been in 20 years. We don't hardly ever fight. Um, there isn't a lot of the overreacting or any of that. We get along, and then our free time we've been rock hounding and gold mining um and yeah, at this point I don't know that I'm really going to smoke again. I'd probably start drinking at some point again because I wasn't never really a at home drinker, just to socialize.
Same
But
here. I'll drink a beer every now and then, but or when I'm out prospecting, I like to get a bottle of O'Darby Irish Cream.
yeah, I miss my Irish cream and my coffee in the morning.
Yep,
But
I was just about to say it goes in my morning coffee.
it was always the
Not
joke,
much
you can't
getting
drink all day if you don't start first thing in the morning.
done, right?
And yeah, chilling and grilling. I made it about 6 months after I quit smoking and I started chewing again. And I go through about a can of chewing tobacco a week. And I pretty much always have a chew in my mouth and I'll spit it out to eat and then I'll put another chew back in. Um, and I've cut way back on the chew, but I can't quit it. I've tried. If I tried to quit, and I think that's why I started smoking the cigars too, because I was cutting back on the chew. And I just found myself, well, and the other thing is I'm on a diet right now. I gained 50 pounds in the last year and I don't like it. So I've been, when I'm really hungry, I take a few puffs off the cigar.
Yeah. Me, I bought myself a vape in order to help quit smoking, and it's not doing the trick.
Yeah. My thing with the vapes is they're fine at first, but after a while it just kills my throat, dries me out. Um, and I've already got other sinus and respiratory issues and it just compounded everything. So
Me, I find it's all in the flavors that I use,
yeah, and it's hard. As soon as you find a flavor you like, it seems like they discontinue it.
right?
Um, and some of the flavors, like the infused joints that you can get, man, I have literally about turned inside out coughing from them.
Right?
Just it's the worst reaction, and not from the flour either. From the infused stuff is what I was choking on.
Yeah. The only brand that I find is really good for vape juice is Flavor Beast.
I see it, but I didn't hear what flavor, what kind.
It's called Flavor Beast.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of the company. This one here is Blessed Blueberry Mint.
Yeah, I don't think I could do the blueberry.
I mixed the blueberry with a fruit one, and it tastes almost like cotton candy.
When the e-cigs first came out, they had a Cowboy Red, which was, of course, trying to copy Marlboro, and it tasted
Yeah.
like a Marlboro. They also had a chocolate that tasted like chocolate, and but man, I like that Cowboy Red, and of course, that was
I'm
early
not a
in the
fan
days. Batteries didn't last, um, but that was a great substitute for me. And back then, the vapes didn't bother my throat, but so this is hazed over nicely. So yeah, it'll be done in no time now.
Nice. got another hour before I close up shop for the day.
When I'm in this stage, I usually try really hard to work the edges on the mandrel because you don't want to be in the final cut and then pick up a bunch of the rough cut polish, put scratches back in,
Yeah.
which is what I was doing the other day when it ripped the sock out of my hand.
Ah,
But all right, so that is rough. And then I've got a medium. That's probably a little too much. Oops. Just not going to get it back.
you can see the ring just turn white when you hit it with polish. So I must be doing something right with my YouTube because YouTube had me verify my channel the other day.
And then find a nice clean spot. This is the mirror finish. Oh, good healthy bloop of that.
Yeah, I need to get some of that stuff for doing my lapidary work.
Yeah, and you know, if you got any of the wax car polishing, I can actually show you. Donna's got her McGuire's in here. Um, they they have it in like rubbing compound is closer to toothpaste with more grit, and then you've
Yeah.
got your mirror finish. Um, but that, and then with the Dremel tool, you just get these cotton buffing wheels. I'm sure you've seen these.
I've got a bunch in a kit.
Yeah.
Good evening or good morning, Annie, or good afternoon, whatever it is where you are.
Annie, how you doing? In the
For
treasure
polishing
trails.
compound, I have this green stuff. It's a stainless steel polishing compound.
Yep.
And then I also have this orange stuff. I'm assuming it's the same type of compound as the stainless steel one. But
Is it
these are
like
what
the
I
clay,
use.
like the clay bar stuff?
No, it's more like a wax. It's a
Okay.
wax base. There's a good shot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have somewhere here, right here. And then the green and the brown, and orange, those are all the different grits, and I don't know what's what anymore.
Yeah, same here.
And then
I
usually
just
if
know
you
I
have
use
the
this.
if you have the big cotton wheel like on a bench grinder, usually you have one wheel for each color, just like your lab stones. All right. I think I'm gonna pull them both apart. Unless I find some flaws in this is gonna be a done deal.
Nice.
You got to get the wax out of the inside, or polish, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that sure looks nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I'll get it set up where I can get you guys a good look at them. Throw the baby on there somewhere. I have a fingertip up here somewhere. Was it on the tree? Oh, there it is. I just cut the finger out of a jersey glove. Oh, I'm gonna need it next size smaller. There we go. And then these out of here. Put the stocking cap back. And I'm gonna snap you guys right out. Oh, it popped up inactive tab. Well, I'm running live. It's clearly active.
Yep. You're still live.
All right. I'll try with just the light. So the little one's the one I made for Mary's benefit. And Culver bought that for his wife. And then he asked me to make one in his size. So there's the twin to it.
Come out
Try to
looking
get it
really
to
nice.
the way the light's hitting it, it almost looks like Mary's the little one's shinier with that bar going all the way across, but I don't think I think it's just the angle.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say it's just
there I got it.
light.
And then we will eliminate the light.
Got somebody here. Give me a moment.
Okay. And there it is with the UV light. Let me turn off another light here. There you can see the glow. Rotate them a little. Hell yeah. So Uperlite and fluorite dust. That is so badass. And I will be, guys, I'll set up and shoot a video and put this in my, I'll do a short and put this on my channel with a little bit higher quality filming.
This piece here I've been working on. Still need to finish it.
But that's cool. That ring blank showed up Saturday. Friday I had time to work on it. Saturday it got here. So been in the back of my mind Saturday and all day yesterday, and I've got about 35 more minutes or so till my grandson comes, and I have to watch him while his mom goes to work, and I have to go pick up my other grandson from school. So it worked out great that I was able to get my stuff done this morning and I can get this ring done. And tomorrow I'm going to the post office to mail this to Culver, and I have a package going to you, Annie, as well. We'll be looking for that coming soon.
Sorry about that. I had a customer.
Oh, are you back, Reg?
I'm back.
I will light this up for you because you missed it.
All right. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That came out amazing.
Yeah, and it definitely a his and hers set with the big and small. I like it.
Absolutely.
I mean, they look cool just in the daylight as well, but
Yeah. Those will definitely
yeah,
be conversation pieces for them.
for sure. Especially if they go out night clubbing
Right.
with the black lights.
That's awesome, brother. Good
Yeah,
job.
and you missed when I said I'm super relieved to have it done. I mean, I ordered that blank while the auction was going on, and it got here
Yeah.
Saturday. It's supposed to be here Friday, so
Yeah.
thank you, Firefly. Thank you, Bruce. Bye, Annie.
And
I
you
do that
plug
too
my vape.
sometimes. If I hop on someone's live and then I'm doing something else, I'll just throw my phone down and walk away and help them rank up hours.
Yeah.
I know it's important.
Yeah, I've usually got 4 or 5 different tabs open upstairs on my computer and running different people's lives and
Well, like
just
even when you guys are running 3 and 4 streams on Red Dirt,
yeah.
I usually have all of them open, but I've got a pile of old cell phones. I just turn them on, get on the Wi-Fi, and I
I
couldn't
use my
find
desktop.
Hillbilly the other night though. I don't know if I got unsubscribed to him, and I wasn't fully paying attention, but I was also every time I go to look for Hillbilly, then I would go back into Rose Nose and really get sidetracked. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be sad to see these ones go. Not that I can't make more right away, but
I'll make sure you take pictures of it so then that way you can compile an album of your work.
it's yeah, I definitely like I said after this I will I'll shoot a short. I'll do a nicer quality video and then upload that as a short so that I have a better record of it. But I wonder if I can stack these somehow. Oh, you know it'll work. Where's that fluoride at? Hmm. That might make a neat picture.
Agreed. Yeah, that'll look nice.
Yeah. I really, really dig this Uperlite egg. Like,
Yeah,
someone put some time into that. And I said Careless too. I was like, man, if these are the ones you just threw in a bag and gave away, I could only imagine what she's kept over the years.
right?
But yeah, this was I guess since we're doing a gem show, we might as well look at some rocks and gems. This is I gotta trying to think
I
if I
never
can
say
move
no to
this
looking at
somewhere.
gems.
Bear with me for a minute here. Try not to have a seizure. Ah, for some reason, there's all kinds of rocks and sand in my tripod.
Ah,
There we go. Well, closer. Oh, yeah, do that. But this is the rest of the bag I got from Careless, and there's like a little amethyst point in there, and
nice.
um, I did know what this one was. Um, I have my little cheat sheet somewhere. That's not it. But there was a lot of cool ones. There was some that glow, like this one I really dig with the green in it,
Yeah,
but they're green and orange, but they're like I said, they're almost all polished.
nice.
This I don't
Tiger's
know.
eye.
It's is it Tiger Eye? Man, has that
Tiger's
got
eye.
some cool iridescence going on, like that mother of pearl look.
I know that's tiger's
Um,
eye because my son just got this little rock kit from school that had some tiger's eye in it.
and then this ball, which has almost like a skull outline on it,
Nice.
but there's some sea glass in there. Another one with the orange and the green.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but the one, what I did with that rock. Oh, there it is. So you can't even tell. But this one with the gray and the dark gray and the light gray and the blue, and then there's that blue in it, and then the fact that it turns bright gold. As cool of a rock as it is, that one's gonna get smashed. That's got to get put into a ring. And
I
there's
don't blame you.
another
I feel the
one.
same
There's a similar one in here, but I can't find it right now. It's the same but different. It's not as yellow.
way. It's when you need to do that in a dark room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then like this guy here, I don't know what that is. It it looks like a hunk of quartz, but that thing really glows.
Hmm.
So
You could always try running a specific gravity test.
I saw Flower Gold Wizard was doing that, so I fully understand how. I just don't know if I want to go through all that work. And then
Honestly,
this
it's
is
it's very simple to do. You just
Yep.
need a scale, a cup of
Got
water, and a wire.
got all
You weigh
that.
the stone dry, you weigh the stone submerged.
Yep.
Mm,
And you use the wire so that it doesn't touch bottom.
yep.
Or yeah.
And all you're doing is you're measuring the amount of displacement of the water.
Then when she was on, she was watching me go through these, so she was telling me what some of them were. But this is
Yeah.
like green glass, kind of. It's real waxy feeling. I don't I don't know what it is though. It's sharp, like you can make an arrowhead out of it. Sharp. Oh, there's the other one. So yeah, this one is it's almost all purple, and it's got a little bit of those grays in it, but the grays turn that gold again.
That almost looks like a piece of lapis.
Does lapis light up under black
I'm not
light?
sure. I
Hmm.
am not sure. I haven't tested it yet.
As I said, it's like where this one has a little bit of blue, this one has a little bit of gray, and it's only the gray that's lighting up. And I don't have any other spectrums of black light. Oh, I guess I do have a real poor one, but um
Can you get that blue one really close to the camera?
put it on. I don't
I'm
know if
almost
light.
positive that that one chunk is lapis.
Okay, and
Because
there.
if I
Let's
compare it
flip.
to this, see that blue?
I do see the blue. Do you got a black light?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
She did
I
say
would
that
almost bet.
a lot of this stuff was a Brazilian mix,
Yeah,
but
a lot of lapis comes out of Brazil. I know that.
okay, so maybe that's what it is. And then there was I don't know if I can find it. Or was that it? There was no, that's not it. There was some that had like the ruby characteristic. I think
Yeah.
my hunk of ruby's laying here somewhere. Oh, there's one of them. But where it glows red, corundum or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's,
I've got
but
a faceted here.
there was one in here that did that as well. But it's a itty bitty little sliver.
Kind of like this.
Oh, that's a shiny ruby.
It's faceted. It's ready to be mounted in something.
That's when you should send a Kayla Johansson and have her make you something.
I've actually been watching Kayla's videos so I can learn to do the wire wrapping.
Yeah.
I've been practicing with copper wire, but yeah, I don't
Well,
really like the way copper wire works.
I didn't realize, but I have another one of those, what you thought was lapis. It
Yeah.
doesn't have near as much of the gold in it, but it's got it. So add them to the pile.
Yeah, I'm almost 80% positive that's lapis you got there.
don't know that I actually saw this one.
Okay.
Just a neat little rock. Then there's some, oh, like this was a little chunk from a bigger, probably was an agate, it looks like. I could be wrong. And then there's a little piece somewhere in here of some lace agate. Is this it? Oh, yeah. You can see the,
Here's another piece of the lapis.
oh, yeah. Yeah, that it really looks just like what I have over here. So
Yeah. So I'm almost positive you've got some lapis in that.
I suppose some lapis could have the sodium or sodalite. There's got to be some kind of sodalite that's making it do that, right?
More than likely.
Or
I'm not sure
something
the
in that
exact minerals that
family.
form it. Yeah. I'd have to do some research and figure out what type of minerals tend to form with lapis.
This is another whoops, cool one too. It almost looks like sea glass, like you can pretty well see through it,
Yeah.
but it's another one that it really reacts to the UV light. But I'm trying to find every time we look for this other one, we can't find it because it barely glows. And then when it does glow, it holds the charge for a little while, kind of like the rocks with the magnesium in them.
Yeah.
Like you said, if I was in
Lapis
a
lazuli
what's
is
that?
usually lapis lazuli is usually composed primarily of lazurite, pyrite, and calcite. Calcite glows under UV, that nice bright orange.
Okay.
I remember watching some people go for the old clams and stuff like that, the fossilized clams.
Mm-hmm.
And when they hit those with the black light, they glow that bright fire orange.
Really?
And I know those are filled with calcite.
I've got 3 different pieces of fluorite here. This is one from North Carolina. This is one from North Carolina. I don't know that they're really from North Carolina. And then this is the one that Careless sent. And they're all 3 different colors, but each one of them lights up.
The only piece of
Oh,
fluorite I have is this one. It's got a nice green to it.
oh wow. Yeah, and that's totally different than what I have too. That's so clear. Is my chat stuck or is it just oh no,
Nope,
okay.
nobody's chatting right now. We're starting to drop off on people hanging out. And I do have a bit of this opaque fluorite as well. Just small chips of it though.
Oh yeah. But that's still really white compared to like my green ones.
Yeah.
I'm actually watching you hold them up on the YouTube, so I'm a little behind when I see them.
I've got quite the collection of gems and minerals and little stuff like that. Nice little case full.
I know, like some guy. Well, even Prairie. He said there's two kinds of rocks, gold and leverite,
Right,
and Stacy's the same way. But for me, the days when I'm not finding gold, or even when I am finding gold, if I find an agate, that just makes my day.
right.
Or I really like the red rocks and the blue rocks. Well, the red shiny rocks, not the red sandstone ones.
Firefly put in chat there. Minerals that glow under UV light include calcite, fluorite, selenite, scheelite, chalcedony, and corundum.
Yep. And so that's what I figured, that it had to be in that. Um, oh, well, what's the one
I'm
that's in the
guessing.
Uperlite too?
I'm
Um,
guessing sodalite must be a calcite.
yeah, sodalite. That's the other one. But they're all in that light family.
Yeah.
And then the corundums, they glow totally different and usually with a different wavelength. Like this
Yeah.
light will make the rubies pop, but if you have that other wavelength, and I don't know which one. Oh, this is a 365. So I think it's the 385 and 395 that really make the corundum pop.
Yeah. We
'Cause,
should
yeah, the
go and
guy at
buy.
the gem shop in Nashville was showing me how his 365, he had some rocks that wouldn't even trigger him at all. And then he pulled out this other light that it might have even been up in the 400s, and it just boom, the rock lit right up.
Right.
And it was a big crystal too at that. I don't remember what it was because that was too many sleeps ago, and there's too many different names to remember.
Yep.
I'm trying to even remember like the Dan Herdsman on the malachite and oh shit, what's the
Azurite.
other one? With the reds and the blues. Um,
Um, Azurite and malachite. Those things
Azurite
go together.
malachite, yeah. There's a green and blue or red and blue, whichever. What?
You mean like
I
this?
need to just start writing it down. If I write it down, I'll retain it better.
Here's a chunk of azurite and malachite.
Oh, in the same piece even. Nice.
It's copper sulfide.
Yeah. Oh, I found it finally. Like a needle in a haystack. But I don't know what it is because it doesn't look at all like, say, like this raw ruby. It's more blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to. Oh, there we go. Try to get in the camera. So, and it's got some iridescence to it as well. Like, oh, that don't go in there. Like you'd see in an opal, but when you hit it, and I don't know if the camera is gonna. Oh yeah, it sees it. But
Yeah.
not only does it glow like corundum, it holds that charge when you pull it away. It'll, if I had it darker in here, it's got like a 1 or 2 second before it goes out.
Huh.
Um, and yeah, I have no idea what it is. It's just this one itty bitty little sliver. Where is the camera? One itty bitty little sliver in the bag. But you can see that it has that glow to it. But that could
That's
be the magnesium or whatever. But I thought that was on the rock, not in the rock.
hmm.
But
It's a nice collection of gems, that's for sure.
What's that?
Said it's a nice collection of gemstones, that's for sure.
Yeah, for not even realizing I was bidding on this.
Right?
I don't know where her pendant went. Um, but the pendant was cool. And then, like I said, I got stickers and I got an opal on a sticker that's up in my room upstairs. Um,
Nice.
and this one's rose quartz, right?
Um,
With that strawberry. I don't know if the light helps.
a little bit,
It's
yeah.
got, it's got a real purple strawberry look to it. Although on this side it looks almost like smoky quartz. But I thought maybe this was the smoky quartz. But
That almost looks like labradorite.
oh yeah, and it could be because it does have um that like pyrite look to it
Yeah.
with the layers and the waxiness.
Yeah, it
I've
looks
got
like a polished piece of labradorite.
so I tried taking get these out. I bought these in Nashville. I think they were like $3 a piece. Yeah, it even says $3 a piece. But these are Mexican chalcopyrite,
Yep,
and
peacock ore.
I thought these would be awesome to put in a ring, but in the sanding process, you lose the color.
I've got a piece of that
So
over here.
you end up with just that bronze gold look, all of the rainbow oil. Oh yeah. So I ended up he sold me a bag of the dust as well, which is right here, which I was totally stoked that I was gonna be able to make rings. And when I made the ring, trying to get it up where you can see it. So it's all the dust and all the different cool little rainbow colors, and maybe the light will
Yeah.
help on these, maybe not. But yeah, when you put it in the rings and sand it, all the cool colors go away and it just turns into that block gold look. It still ended up it's
Try hitting it with heat.
I tried heating it. I soaked it in lemon juice for a week. Um, you can only heat so much because of the super glue.
Right, right. Well,
So
what I mean is, before you put it into the ring, hit it with a
yeah,
torch. It
you
might
think
make
that'll
it glue
lock
up.
that color in?
Maybe.
But yeah, I actually set all the different colored rocks, which you can see every once in a while. You can see the rocks. I'm kind of let me stand up here. I'm looking over the top of the tripod to see this. But you can kind of catch the shapes of the rocks, and then I fill the dust in around. And like I
Yeah.
said, I was fully expecting that to have all the rainbow colors, and it just has that not gold look to it. But
Hmm.
it is kind of growing on me. The other problem with it is it's so soft that when you're sanding it, it leaves tool marks.
Ooh.
So it is what it is.
Right, right.
I won't make any more with that. I know that.
Ooh, we got
The
cottonwood in
cool
the house.
cool thing about those blanks is if I really wanted to, I could just throw it in here and hit it with a pick, and I'd have a brand new ring blank again, and I could start over with a different insert.
Yeah. We've been live almost 3 hours now. Still got 8 wonderful people hanging out.
Nice.
I am gonna have to cut the live soon. Gotta start putting the shop away at 2:30. So need to go pick up the kid at 3. I appreciate you coming up, Carl.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I said either way I was coming in to make the ring no matter what, because this was the time I had to get it done. And when I was just sitting in the truck looking at the phone before I went in the house, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'll go live again if he's gonna have me on." And
Hey, anytime you want to join me, brother, you are more than welcome.
that's awesome. And I said I can do it on my channel as well, but I have to mute so many times it makes for really boring content. But having someone else talking, like I heard you explaining what I was doing, so that's awesome.
Yeah, having a co-host is definitely beneficial. All right. Well, YouTube, I thank you all for joining us today. Hopefully, everybody out there has a great day, and we'll catch you a different day. We'll probably do another stream next time I'm out doing my shop. So, Carl, thank you again for joining me. If you want to stick around for backstage afterwards.
Nope, my grandson should be here any minute. It'll give me a chance to clean up and get my last little bit. I'll type
Alrighty.
something here if anybody wants to find my channel.
I'll wait for you to post that.
Click on me, follow me. And again, I'm Carl Medley on everything. If you want to order a ring or a classifier, I'm on Messenger, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. Facebook Messenger is the best way to get a hold of me, but or Gmail. So, thanks again, Reg.
Not a problem. Thank you.
I'll see you guys all
Everybody
next
on
time.
YouTube, have yourselves a great day. Bye for now, everybody. And if you've got time tonight, stop by Red Dirt Nation. We've got a live
Who's
stream.
on tonight?
I'm not sure. I'd have to go and take a look.
Because the one guy was going to be in the hospital, so he had to cancel, right?
Yeah, I haven't talked with Travis yet to figure out who's next up tonight.
Okay. You have to pull
Got to
some
do it.
strings. Get Dan Hurd to do one.
I'm trying.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've messaged Dan. He's been really busy with his shows and stuff, right?
I bet, yeah.
He's doing all the rock
Um,
shows right now.
him and I really think Glacial Gold Hunter would be great too. I think he'd be fun to interview. But
Same with Flower Gold Wizard, but
yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
he and
harder
we all reached out to him, but he's busy. I don't think you
Yep.
don't see him do a lot of live anything. He's in
Every
chat
now
on
and then he'll
Dylan.
pop
But, all right. Thank you guys. See you tonight.
in. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Talk to you later.